Welcome, welcome. It's Kayla with the Celebration Company.
And Mama Cindy.
We are so glad to see y'all today. It is Friday and it is our second day of our DIY Decor Box launch. And today we are just chatting. Celebration Company. We're just going to chat with y'all and share a little bit about us and a little bit about why we began the Celebration Company and also the DIY Decor Box, and just tell you a little bit about our story. So we just want y'all to come in here and ask questions because we're just going to have some fun and just chat together today. So it's going to be laid back and chill, and yeah. I think it's going to be fun. So we've done this a few times since we started.
That was a long lag.
What?
From when I moved over to where it caught up.
Oh.
It was a long lag.
We've done this a few times since we began in 21.
Mm-hmm.
And we like to do it every now and then because we always have new people that are coming in. And so some of y'all have heard probably all the things that we're going to say, but then there's a lot of you that have not heard. And so we just want to share with y'all today.
Yep. Having a hot flash. Should have brought my fan.
So actually, this makes me a little uncomfortable. I'm so used to being behind my craft table,
yep,
doing my crafts. And when you put me in a different setting like this, it makes me a little more uncomfortable.
And I'm more comfortable because I like to talk to you all and I like to not be having to be focused on a craft.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, this is more my comfort zone.
Mm-hmm. And I'm over here like, oh. But anyways, so will y'all please sprinkle? Will you please share, celebrate the video, all those things? It would mean the world to us. We welcome the questions during this live because this is just us chatting back and forth with y'all. So definitely ask the questions and we are happy to answer them.
Yes. Hopefully we can keep up. My glasses keep steaming up.
They are.
I'll cool off here in a second.
Hey, Teresa. Good afternoon. Hi, Jamie. Hello, Carol. Teresa's already got a question for us, so we'll get into that. Hey, Chrissy. Hi, Rosemarie. Hello, Deborah. Hey, Teresa Johnston. I'm so glad, Teresa Johnston. Thank you, Teresa Smith. Hey, Patricia. Hello. That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was Patty or Trisha, but somebody from our team is on here commenting today as well.
Yes.
Hey, Danae, how are you? Happy Friday. Good to see you all today. Hey, Chrissy, thanks for celebrating. Thank you all for celebrating. Excuse me. Okay. So, the first question was, what made you start the company? So that's definitely a great place to start. So great question to sort of lead us off.
Yes.
So both of them are here. Both Patty and Trisha are here. Good job.
All right. Good job. We have a phenomenal team, you all. We couldn't do it without them.
So much support.
So much support.
Hello, Sue Jack Camp. I'm glad you're here today.
Yes.
She says it's her first time here. So this is a different live than what we typically do, Sue. We are sharing our story today. Typically,
which is a great way for you to start.
It's a great way for you to learn a little bit about us. Typically, we are making crafts, but this is a special week. We are sharing about our DIY Decor Box this week, and so we're just sharing a little bit about us. So, y'all, all the comments are great because it does help to help the algorithm and help engage all of that so that more people come in and watch. So the more commenting y'all can do, the better.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
we are super appreciative.
We just might get behind.
Yes, but we will come back though and do all that. Hi, Sharon. She says she just joined the monthly crafty box.
Yay.
And was wondering which box she will get. You'll get the October box, Sharon. You'll get the October box. So anyone who subscribes during this month, you pay a month ahead of time. because we're preparing your boxes now. So that way we prepare enough and then we ship them out at the beginning of the month. So you'll get the
And it's a
October
secret.
box.
It's a secret. We don't reveal what you're getting.
Right.
So it's kind of like getting a Christmas present. You don't know what it is, but you know that you're excited about it. And when you open it, you're just thrilled to death, we hope.
Yes. Exactly.
Y'all, I keep wanting to look at the computer thinking that I'm on there. I forget to look up here.
I know. Yes, we have lots of Teresas.
Yes,
Okay.
we do.
So, let me just, I'm going to go back a ways, okay, to start this out. So, I'm going to start with me and then I'm going to let Mom come in after I start it. Cause I sort of was the starting point for this.
She was.
So, Andrew and I got married in 2015 and we moved to Ohio, which is where Andrew's first job was out of college. I did not go to college. We made the decision for me to not go. We didn't want to spend the money on it. We got married very young, so we decided that I wasn't going to go. And I'm glad I made that decision. I do not regret it at all. And I was interested in interior design and worked for an upscale furniture company where we lived in Ohio. And then we got pregnant with Griffin. And so things changed a little bit then. I hoped that eventually I might get a job with a design firm or something like that. And honestly, while working at that furniture store, I sort of came to realize that I really didn't want to do that. It really wasn't for me. I didn't like having to be perfectly honest, I didn't like having to be constrained within a client's,
design style.
Yes.
Their aesthetic.
Yes. And you get put in between very difficult guidelines when you're working for somebody like that. And so I did not like it. I just didn't like it. I had a few opportunities while I was working for that company that I was able to help customers, and it made me extremely uncomfortable, and it just wasn't something that I honestly enjoyed. So I figured out by working there that was not for me. So anyways, we ended up with Griffin, got pregnant with Griffin, and made the decision that I would stay home with him because at the time it didn't make any financial sense for us to pay childcare for Griffin because basically all the money that I earned would be going to pay for that childcare. And so we just decided to make some sacrifices and I'd stay home with Griffin. We moved back to Kentucky when Griffin was 6 months old and lived with Mom and Dad while we saved money to buy a house. And during that time, I enjoyed the heck out of that time. It was great. And I loved, getting to spend every day with Griffin and getting to do all kinds of things with him. It was a very special, very fun time. But also, I got a little bored, I did get a little bored. And there was a part of me that just wanted something, the whole time I think that I was constantly just trying to find something. I did all kinds of different things to try and make money. Even before we moved, I did all kinds of things. I tried to sell wreaths. I did Mary Kay. I tried to write a blog. I tried to do all these different things. All basically were dead ends. But all a stepping stone,
Right.
And so I had the desire to do something. Not that being a mom wasn't enough. I just wanted to help support my family financially, and I also just wanted something for me. So I ended up getting involved with Color Street. Color Street is not Color Street anymore. I think they changed their name. But anyways, it is a nail polish stick-on nail polish, basically. And I did that for a couple of years and kind of got up the ladder just a little bit. I wasn't making a ton of money by no means, but I was putting in quite a bit of time on it and had gotten myself up 3 or 4 levels and felt really excited about that. And, I was making some progress, and then literally in like a month, everything dropped out from under me and I was back down to the bottom. So all my downline just quit and I was back at the bottom. And at that point I was like, this is not working. Like, this isn't what God is wanting me to do. This just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like, I knew I wasn't going to take the time to climb back up that ladder, and really it wasn't going to get me very far. That it was getting very saturated with stylists, and there were already so many people who had just made their way up so high. And I just knew that it wasn't where I was supposed to be. And so I felt this tug. At that point in 21, all the Facebook lives were really starting to hit, and the crafting lives were starting to take off. Brooke Riley with Refabbed was, I watched her a lot. And so I felt inspired to get going with this. Even while I was running my Color Street business, I did a few craft lives in my nail polish group, just to start to help people learn more about me. And so eventually it just became, you know what, I'm going to do this. So I just decided, I prayed about it and thought about it and just felt like that God was telling me to do this. And so
So she literally just calls me on the phone one day or texts me or something and says, Mom, I think I want to start the celebration company back up. And we had previously tried, I don't know, it was when Griffin was a baby, like 1 or 2 years old. They had already moved into this home. So he had to have been.
Oh, we were doing it even when we were living there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember that part. We tried to do this party in a box thing where we basically designed these Pinterest-worthy parties, baby showers, birthday parties, whatever it was, wedding showers, and did all these different components for it, banners and signs and, centerpieces, and put it all in a tote basically, and then you could rent the tote. And we had instructions in there on how to set it up and do all the things. Well, we participated in this one fall festival event, spent a ton of time and energy on getting this thing together, all these different parties set up within the booth on tables and whatever. Beautiful. I mean, really nice stuff.
And I mean, I was spending tons of time hand making all of this stuff, like doing all kinds of things for this. And it was gorgeous, very beautiful.
And I was working a full-time job, so I couldn't help her as much as she wanted and needed me to, or that I even wanted to. And so anyway, we quickly realized this is way more than we can handle right now, because I'm working a full-time job. She's taking care of a toddler and trying to do all this. It was just hard for no more revenue than we were making.
Well, not to mention, I don't know that either one of us had a clue, honestly, at the time.
We didn't.
we opened the page, the Facebook page, and we're like, okay, I think we thought that orders were just gonna roll in.
We did, buddy.
Because we made a Facebook page.
We were so confident that we just thought, oh, this is a no-brainer. People are gonna love this.
Yeah, and no,
it didn't happen.
No.
So she calls me on the phone that day and says, Mom, I want to open the celebration company back up, but with a different business plan. Tells me what she wants to do. And she says, do you want to join? And I said, absolutely. I'm still working a full-time job, mind you. No, I wasn't.
No,
I was not. I had already left my full-time job. I actually quit it in 2020 of August. I believe it was around August. And so she calls me, and I had just been doing anything I could. At that time, Trisha and her husband had moved back here from Tennessee. They were remodeling their new home. So they hired me to do painting and whatever else I could find to do, I did. And so God blessed us with some financial situations that we weren't expecting. And so God just kept affirming to me that I had made the right decision to leave my job. And then Kayla calls in February, says, I want to start the celebration company up again. Do you want to join? And I said, absolutely. Well, I'm telling you right now, the very next day she's going live, and I don't even have time to get adjusted to the whole concept that we are doing this. And that's how the celebration company started. And we have just been working as hard as we could. We brought Trisha in, and she helped us with our finances to start. She helped us with email and messages and commenting and just pretty much whatever we needed her to do.
Whatever.
At the time, Facebook was booming. At the time, the lives were getting lots of traction, and we were making a good revenue from Facebook ads. And then, what was that?
Are you okay?
Somebody fell, dropped.
I think something just fell.
It sounded like in the refrigerator. But anyway, Facebook just kind of started just slowly dwindling down it went. And so then we realized, okay, we've got to make some shifts. And so little by little, we've tweaked some things in the business. Patty came on. She's got a lot of marketing and business background. And so she's been able to help us with a lot of things that Kayla and I really never thought about. And her family has been very supportive. And we've had Amanda working for us. We've got Annette working for us. So we've been very, very fortunate to have a group of women that loves us and comes along beside us to help us with this company, because we could not do this by ourselves.
Yeah.
I feel like I got off a little on a tangent there, but
I wanted to say, and I forgot to say this, when I was doing Color Street, it set the pathway for this, because it taught me about social media. It taught me the importance of going live. It taught me the importance of posting and how I have to market myself on social media in order to be successful. Honestly, there's so much that goes into it. And like we were saying with the first round of the celebration company, that we just made the Facebook page and that was it. And we just thought orders are just going to flow in, and business just doesn't work like that, And so I think that being a part of the celebration, or a part of Color Street, taught me how it all works. And so I was already very familiar with going live, because I had been doing it with Color Street. I had been going live, and I had been doing my nails, and I had been going live and talking about sales and promotions and things that were going on and all of that. And I had also connected with a lot of people and made a lot of Facebook friends. And so it just sort of propelled and just kind of laid a path for me so that when we started the celebration company,
Andrew is here in case
2.0,
y'all didn't figure that out.
and being a major distraction as always.
And a major distraction, and just being part of our loving, supportive, wonderful family.
That's enough adjectives.
He's going to start becoming a presence here at the celebration company. He's about to be home with a surgery wrist.
That's true.
Surgery risk.
A surgery wrist.
He's gonna be home, and so he's gonna be doing lives.
No, he's not.
For those of you all that are new and just joining in, the one thing that you can know about our company is we are very family oriented. And if Andrew wants to pop in, or Griffin, which is Kayla and Andrew's son, my grandson, I'm just saying.
I showed you a little note he wrote about you, but he put it in my pants.
I've already read it.
It's hanging up on the fridge.
Anyway, we're very family oriented, and that's what we put first up, under God, of course. We're very faith oriented. And so, we have a heart of love for people. Would you shush? Hush.
You said we're allowed to intervene.
Well, not now.
Oh, well,
You weren't invited to this session.
You gotta be more clear.
I apologize, y'all. I apologize. Let's move on. Someone asked how we came up with our name.
So when we were doing Celebration Company 1.0, we wanted it to be biblical. We wanted it to be scriptural. And so we looked for verses that were about celebrating. And so this verse is, I will celebrate before the Lord. And that's where it came from initially. And so when we started,
we were celebrating parties and such.
right, because it was all about celebrating, yeah. And so then when we started this one, we talked about names.
Yes,
we talked about business names and other names that we might use, and we mulled lots of them around, but we didn't like any of them the way that we liked the Celebration Company. And so we thought, could it work?
Yep.
Could it work for this model? And I think God was just explaining to us that yes, it could, because we need to celebrate. We need to celebrate all the things. We need to celebrate our gifts,
yes,
and our talents, celebrate the people in our lives, celebrate the happy moments,
celebrate
in our lives.
Our community with you all.
Yes.
I mean, you all are our family, our online family, our community, and we want to celebrate that.
Right. And so that we decided that, let's keep it.
Let's keep it.
And
I'm telling you, there's never been a moment, and I'm sure Kayla feels the same way, that's not the right name. There's never been a moment. I mean, the Celebration Company is the Celebration Company. It's just, there's no other name. It's kind of like when you name your baby, it just fits.
Yeah.
It just becomes to fit. Somehow, some way, you just know that's the right name, and that's how the Celebration Company is.
That's right. That's right. And it has never felt like it wasn't. Right.
Exactly. Thank you, Teresa. It's always a pleasure to watch us every day. You make me laugh. Kayla, you are amazing, and I love you both. I learned so much from you. Thank you so much again. Thank you, Teresa.
You're so sweet.
That is so sweet. What did happen downstairs?
Something fell.
Okay, something fell. It wasn't a human.
No.
Diane says, I also would like to mention that the customer service at the Celebration Company is responsive and fair. They will make it right if there is an issue. I applaud them.
Thank you, Diane.
Thank you. We strive really hard for that, all four of us. And I'm going to include Annette in that too, because she is the one who does a lot of the packaging. She is the one that preps everything for the DIY decor box.
Mm-hmm.
And so we all very much care about you all and your experience with us. Customer service is one of our top things, and we want to make it right. And if ever someone is not satisfied or is unhappy with something, just let us know,
Right.
because I guarantee you we're going to fix it.
Um,
Don't go online and give us a bad review.
Right. Yes, we will do anything to make it right for
Yes.
sure. I want to move on because we are short on time because we have another live at 4:30. We're interviewing a Crafty Kit subscriber at 4:30, so I want to make sure we get everything in. So to talk about the journey of the celebration company and how this has gone. So there has been lots of changes throughout our journey since 21. And so, it's hard. Change is hard for everybody. And I know that it has been hard for a lot of our followers as well. When we started, the original goal, honestly, was to just be present in social media and to earn money off of social media content, off of monetizing. That was the original plan. That was the original goal. And we set out to do that. And we opened in February 21. I went live twice a day, every day, Monday through Friday. And we posted multiple times a day as well. And we grew from 0 followers up to 10,000 followers by August. And 10,000 followers is what we needed in order to start monetizing. And so we started our monetizing in October. We didn't monetize right away in August because of getting LLC set up and all of those things. But finally in October, we started monetizing and it lit up.
To the point that I looked at Kayla and I said, Kayla, this has to be illegal. There's no way this is right.
It went through the roof, y'all. There's no way to explain it.
No way to explain it.
That was a magical season. It
was.
really was. Mom and I were walking around on cloud 9.
Yes, we were.
Every single day. I just was giddy because I could not believe what was happening. The amount of money that we were getting paid just for going live every day
was obscene.
It was insane. And I thought, we've hit the jackpot.
We're set.
Like, praise
set.
the Lord. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus, because we're good. We're good. Well,
I mean, it was like one of those instant overnight success stories that you hear.
Yes.
That's the way it felt.
It was like you turned the switch on and the money just started flowing
out
in.
of the trees.
Yes. It was insane. And that August, November, December, of course, we hit it at prime point. Fourth quarter is always the best. Mm-hmm. And that's when we turned things on. But come January, we started to see an instant decline. Instantly.
Hi, Dawn.
Like it dropped by half, instantly within 1 month. And every month after that just kept dropping. And the only explanation we have for that, well, I have a couple of thoughts. One thought is we just hit it at this peak moment where everyone was on social media. Everyone, because of COVID, we were all stuck at home and everybody was on social media and Facebook was paying out the wazoo because there were so many people investing into ads at that time. And so it just worked. But unfortunately, it didn't stick. And I think that there's a lot of spiritual reasons why it didn't stick. Mom and I both believe that God is teaching us and he's still teaching us.
Yes.
He is building our character up. We know that we're not going to hit overnight success. it'd be fabulous if God did that. But I know he was not going to do that because we have to learn, we have to walk this path and we have to learn how to do this and how to do it to the best of our abilities that glorifies him in the best way possible, right?
Because if it was that easy, we wouldn't need God.
Right.
Right? If someone said, Dana said she knows several creators that were making 6 figures. Had we continued on the trajectory that we were on those 3 months, we would have made 6 figures that year.
And that was only 3 months.
And that was only 3 months. Right. I mean, we would have done a couple 100,000 probably.
Yeah.
But that would have completely changed our financial situation. And maybe we wouldn't be who we are. I don't know.
I mean, it would have, overnight, it would have changed our financial situation. And I think that it would have maybe gone to our heads.
It might have. And maybe
I'm making all this money now. I can go do this or I can go do that, all these things. And so, yeah, I mean, we know that God has been, his hand's been all over
Absolutely.
this. It hasn't always been the way we want it to be. Hear us when we say that. It has not always been the way that we want it to be. But we know that he's working on us. And so we had to start making a change because the goal, I mean, mom had quit her job.
Yeah.
She needs income they had worked for how many years with two incomes. Granted, I had not, but we were, Griffin was getting older, and as Griffin gets older, things get more expensive, and so I needed to also support my family. So we weren't doing it, we were enjoying every second of it, but it wasn't just so that we could enjoy it. It wasn't just so that we could do something fun. We also needed to make some money from this. And so that year we started having to make some decisions. Okay, what do we do in order to bring in some income? Because Facebook's not cutting it. Facebook isn't going to be the end all be all. We're seeing that. We're starting to learn that. We're not making from them what we used to. So we've got to supplement a little bit.
Yeah, we couldn't put all our eggs in that one basket. We needed to figure out what can we do to rely on ourselves, not this massive company that everybody else is pulling into.
Yes.
We needed something that was going to hopefully pay us, and we were able to control it.
Right.
And that's how the Crafty Kit was born, and that's how our digital craft paper subscription was born.
Yeah.
Because both of those are residual income.
Right. Yeah. So we started with some product.
Yeah.
Bought some product, put it on the website. Y'all bought it. It was great. We've kept product, but we knew that we needed to have that monthly reoccurring revenue that we could count on.
Correct.
And so one day I was making some Easter crafts and had Easter thoughts in my head about the specific look that I wanted, but I couldn't find craft paper that I wanted. So I made some, right? And I used it and I offered it to you all as a freebie. And that's where we just were like, could we do this? Could we make craft paper for our followers to buy, or even a subscription?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think we started with
just the sets.
And we sold actual packs of craft paper to you all. And that was great for a little while, but eventually it just got out of hand. We couldn't manufacture it anymore. It was getting to be too much. And honestly, you all were losing interest in it.
Yeah.
And so we thought, well, what if it was just digital? What if we just offered this as a digital thing? It would be a lot easier on us, but we would still have the freedom to be able to design whatever we want to.
Well, and for me, I didn't put that in my story as far as when I decided to join the celebration company. I'd always had a dream of owning my own business. I had had family members my whole life tell me, you need to open your own business. You need to do this. And so when I left, I'd always wanted to be able to do my graphic design the way I wanted to do it. You know, I wanted to create things that inspired me, not to grow somebody else's business, if that makes any sense.
Right.
You know, not advertisements for other companies, not, you know, letterheads for other companies, not catalogs for other companies. Though I enjoyed all of that, I wanted to do something that filled my tank. And that what I'm doing now does that.
Yeah.
You know, that's the kind of design that I wanted to do. And now I get to do that almost every single day. And so that was part of my reasoning too for joining in with the celebration company, because that's how I support Kayla. I don't want to go live every day. Y'all know that.
Right.
She doesn't care. But put me behind this computer and let me make pretty pictures, I'm all in.
So the craft paper was born, and we still have the craft paper subscription. We still love it. Still trying to grow it. We think that it could be really amazing, but it does take a back seat a lot of the time.
It does.
Then we were out shopping downtown one day, and we went into a shop downtown, and there was a lady working behind the counter. Her name's Lauren Jacobs. And we just got to talking. Somehow she recognized me. I think she thought she knew me from somewhere. But anyways, we got to talking about her and just had this great conversation, and found out that she has a Facebook page called The Cheerful Baker. And she made her own cookie cutters, and she 3D printed her own cookie cutters. And I remember standing in that shop, listening to her talk about these cookie cutters and thinking to myself, 3D printers, really? And the funny thing is that Andrew, sometime while we had been doing this business, Andrew said, you should get a 3D printer. And I said, why?
Why? What am I going to do with it?
Why do I need a 3D printer? He said, oh, no, it's cool. And I'm like, no thanks, you know. But just hearing this lady say that she was making cookie cutters with her 3D printer just sparked something in me. And so I started thinking about this and was starting to think about how we could use a 3D printer. And so a subscription came to my mind, and I was trying, I knew nothing about 3D printers at all. So I was trying to come up with,
She could barely work the paper printer.
Yeah, really. So I was trying to come up with how can I, and y'all, I'm bad with technology.
Terrible.
Absolutely terrible with technology. But how could I use a 3D printer and make a subscription? And so I came up with a couple of ideas that I then shared to the team. And I was like, okay, this is what I'm thinking. What do y'all think? And they're like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I did not understand at all.
And it took a while.
It took a while.
To get my vision out to them, for them to understand. And finally, we eventually went over to Lauren's house. They showed us their 3D printers, actually printed something for us. And voila. Yeah, it just sort of happened. And so we got a couple of 3D printers, and we got some designs made, and
here we are. Here we are 2 years later with 9 printers downstairs. We started with 2 that Patty found on Marketplace and bought. They were tiny.
Yeah.
But that's how we printed what? How many kids?
Well, we started out with like 20 something. I think
I
when
mean,
we first
how many
launched. designs? Oh, I don't know when we.
Yeah, I
switched
don't know
over.
when we switched, but it just blows my mind. It's been a very slow grow, and that's why we've rebranded.
Mhm.
We hope that the new look of the outside mimics what's on the inside and conveys that this is a really nice, classy home decor subscription. This is not, like we said yesterday, it's not a cut and paste type craft.
Right.
You know, nothing wrong with those kind of crafts, but that's not the message we want to convey with our box.
Mhm.
And so just show them a picture of it.
Well, it wouldn't be a picture.
It's really the box y'all get to see. You know, and we are just so excited about this. Obviously, that's what we're focusing on this week through Monday. We've not got another fabulous surprise coming on Monday that we're excited to share with you all. And we just really want y'all to get to experience the DIY Decor Box the way we know that it's meant to be, and love it as much as we love it. And I know there's a ton of you that already do.
Mhm.
Lisa Prince is praying for you, Andrew.
I need a little proud gift.
Yes, he does.
By hand or?
He really does.
Just in general.
Because he's
Because in general, I
wacko.
need all I get.
He's just wacko.
Yeah, I there's nothing, every screw I got is loose, it's just another right.
We were talking a little bit ago today also about, the DIY decor box and just talking about how, this is so different and so unique. There's not any other craft kit out there that is similar to this. There are so many amazing craft kits out there, right? You've got the wood crafting, you've got, knitting crafts, you've got needlepoint craft kits, you've got all kinds of different craft kits out there that are fabulous. But I don't know that there's anything out there that's like this. And so I think not only is it great that it's super unique, but it's also confusing to people.
Yeah.
Because they've never seen something like this.
Right.
And so it's not something that they recognize. And so that was part of also the reasoning behind that brand change, is hoping that by doing that and focusing on the DIY, do-it-yourself home decor, rather than a 3D printed craft box or a crafty kit, because those things maybe are misleading.
But that's the other side of it, in as far as when you grow and you're growing a company, is you do start looking at things differently. And what seemed like this huge thing 2 years ago, and we thought, oh, we've got to do this bright colored box and it's got to be the crafty kit and all. We thought that was right. And we're not saying that it wasn't right.
At the time, right?
At the time it was right. But now we're somewhere else. And that's what God wants us to do. I mean, he's constantly doing this. I don't think he knows a straight line.
Not in our lives.
Not in our lives.
I
mean, when we go up there, it's going to be a straight line, I'm pretty sure. Although mine is probably going to be crooked because he's just going to want to do that to me. So.
But I think that's a great point, is that we have to just follow where he's leading us. And it's not always easy, y'all. We were just listening to a reel the other day. Emily Ann Roberts, country singer.
Yes.
And
yes.
I've started following her on social media. She's absolutely adorable.
She's a hoot.
But she was talking about how the path laid out for you isn't always easy. No. But
that doesn't mean it's wrong.
That doesn't mean it's wrong. And that God puts those desires in your heart for a reason. But it doesn't mean that they're going to be easy. It doesn't mean you're going to walk a straight line right to where you're supposed to be. It might be bumpy, but something that we have been learning, is that God builds your character. He's building your character. Andrew's mad because his spot is being sat
I don't know where to sit.
Take your clothes off and get in your bed.
No.
right here. There's a seat.
There's a
right
seat
here,
right
sweetie.
here.
I'm gonna get my rocking chair and go out there.
Okay.
Good idea. That way you'll be quiet.
Quit pouting like a child.
I literally told him that we have an interview up here, and he goes,
I mean, you can't have a serious moment when you have Andrew around.
but we love him.
He looks like a 2-year-old right
He does look like a 2-year-old right now.
If I seen a 2-year-old my size, I'd go ahead and pay $2 million for the drafting for the NFL.
Yeah, because you have $2 million.
I would back it. For you all.
Anyways,
We're gonna have to wrap it up because our DIY decor box, our DIY darling, will be here in a few minutes for our interview. So we're gonna be interviewing her. She is a friend of ours, but she has been a subscriber for quite a while now, and we know that she will be.
Her husband married us. Go ahead and put that in.
oh, that's
Her
true.
husband did marry us. He did. I think that she will be very open and honest with y'all.
Yeah, I was afraid to say that because
know.
I don't want anybody to think that she's biased.
Right.
But I know for a fact that she will not be biased.
They're definitely biased.
They're definitely biased. And so I was like, I've been processing because we had somebody else lined up and it just didn't work out. But then I thought it was short notice. That's the reason the text got messed up today, because it was supposed to be at 12 o'clock because this other person was supposed to do it. That didn't happen. And then I completely forgot that I had these things scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been worried, thinking and processing and pondering, oh, I don't want them to think that we've paid her basically to come in here and toot our horn, because that's not the case. And
No.
I know she is a pastor's wife. She's one of the finest Christian women that I've ever known. And I know she's as honest as the day is long.
Yes.
I know that she is going to give you her heartfelt, genuine opinion of the DIY decor box.
Yeah. And she's a really great person to share with you all too, because she's an empty nester. Her kids are, in their mid-20s, and she's finding a new path.
Yeah.
And I know that the DIY decor box has been very special to her.
Yes.
We haven't. It's hard as small business owners to get your friends to buy your stuff.
It is extremely.
Like, that doesn't hardly ever happen.
No.
To be perfectly honest with you. So she all on her own subscribed. And I don't know where I was going with this. I got very distracted. But anyway, I know what I was gonna say is that
Hi, Katie.
I know that it has meant a lot to her,
Yes,
this
it
box.
has.
And so I'm excited for you to get to hear why it's important to her and why it's important to her to invest in it and spend the money.
Well,
on it.
and I feel like everything we try to do in the company is God led, and God laid her name on my heart yesterday. So for me, she's the right one.
Yeah.
And so I don't, maybe we're making more out of this than we need to, but I agree, Dana. We are shocked that the Pinners Conference didn't bring on the growth that we thought it would, but we still have an open possibility there that we're nurturing, and so who knows what's going to come of it.
Well, and
It wasn't
again,
immediate, but it could.
and again, there was that confusion. We had to literally pull people over to the Crafty Kit
Yes.
stuff and explain to them exactly what it was, because otherwise they had no idea. And so there was that major confusion there and that disconnect. Anyways, all right. Well, she should be here.
Yeah.
We're going to be hopping on again here in about 10 minutes.
Yep, come right back.
So we'll see you guys here very shortly. All
Actually,
right. Thanks for
grab
joining
you a
us.
cup of coffee and a drink, because I'm getting ready to fix me a cup of coffee.
And a drink.
All right.
See y'all.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody. We'll see y'all shortly. Thanks for joining us.